Menu narration option is set to off.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Ravens and the Commanders on Monday night.
It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
Howell got the nod from Commanders leadership to be the team's starter this year. A nice bump for last year's 5th-round pick. One start as a rookie and didn't look bad at all, winning the team's finale. And let's not forget, this is a guy who was once viewed as a first-round pick, so there's plenty of promise hidden beneath the surface.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Back to throw. Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Here's Howell. And this is incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes, or are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's the fourth-year man, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now Jackson on second down. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Another run here with Dobbins. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get him the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road, you're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
3rd and 2, here's Howell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Howell looking to throw again. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Second quarter down from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. I would imagine we will not see him after halftime. Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback. Another throw for Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the third down. Okay, take us to score here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, the quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sly able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Nathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the speed incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Quan Martin there on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold it to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That is caught. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
But they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tucker's kick is good, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Howe will throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So if you like field goals, this is your... Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Hey, kill. Go.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Go.
Gibson again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
19, 10, here we go.
Here's Brissett. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. John Bates, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in this third quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returning it, Justice Hill. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
He's a gain of 17 yards. And the Ravens first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill to about the 48-yard line.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
3rd down. Here's Huntley now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely. 52 yards. And the Ravens are able to move back in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
On the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Hey, check. Hey, kill. Got it.
2nd down, Brissett. And his pass incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Brissett now. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Dropped for a loss of... multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from there.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Huntley to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Huntley looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. He'll keep it himself. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. Tucker's kick is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gun. Hey, kill. Hey, kill. Hey.
Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He's
First down, Baltimore.
now Huntley. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. They bring pressure there on third down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. First down, Brissett. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Brissett. Gets this to Gibson. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. Brissett. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Brissett. That would complete to Dax Milne. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now he'll try to run with this. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, That one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Huntley trying to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And that one falls incomplete. And they're left now with just 2 seconds here in the first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the...
Tell me how you feel. My whole city catching bees. I'm from the rock for real. Broski turned into a demon when he off them. Ride till I die. Hope that Jesus come and grab the wheel. That singing like Clay Aiken. R.I.P. to all my loved ones that ain't make it. Got a bond with the streets and I just can't break it. Run it up. Now my safe done turned into my safe haven. Them racks in, okay. On the block I post up, I can't fade away. Baby, I've been too turned. I don't care about what a hater say. Dark skin.